Alright, Shine tagging on his teammate's ID, or not his teammate's ID, the previous player we saw who joined Prime. Cal, of course, having a history with him, but now currently on Prime, having that ID there at the end, I'm not sure why. And, of course, Reality there at the top right. A strong Terran player who played really well in Pro League and also in WCS Korea. UngNim, unknown IM player, spawning to the bottom left, or right to the bottom right, and to the bottom left we have Ruin. Someone who really broke out and played crazy well in the first season of GSTL for Heartless Swarm, and also just in general in Heartless Swarm when it came out. Showed some excellent games, but he kind of fell off the map for a little bit. So that's kind of the history of him.
But we have him here again in this 2v2 for Incredible Miracle. We're going to have to see again. We've seen the last two 2v2s we had were pretty one-sided, whereas, you know, we had one team go aggressive and the other team went very passive, and the aggressive team just won, straight up pretty much. In this game, I mean, they had to have watched the other ones on stream, I'm assuming, and they have to say, you know, we can't play that passively. We can't play that, you know, that aggressively in economic sense.
Yeah.
You can't really go for that expansion on this map. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, it's... You can't be about greed and money all the time. This map is no exception.
Sometimes you have to be about lust and gluttony.
Yeah, sometimes even wrath.
Yeah.
And envy.
Envy, yeah. I think there's one more. I'm not sure.
Sloth.
Yes.
Sloth. Got it. Alright, we did it.
Sloths are cool animals, just as a side.
I love those stories, like when I see somebody post on Reddit, like, I found a sloth. He fell out of the tree and I helped him. I love to see those stories. That comes up like every once in a while. It's
yeah.
Like, oh, found a sloth on the road, picked him up, put him in the tree, and everyone's like, wow, yeah, there's a slow clap for him. I feel like that's a good thing to do. You see a sloth on the side of the road, don't be scared, he's very slow. If he wanted to bite you, it'd take him a very long time. So you can just put him back in the tree and that makes him good.
Just put him back in the tree safely before he bites you, and you should be good.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, we actually have players going for safe builds, and dare I say it, very safe builds. Reaper coming out first, and then also double barracks follow up to original barracks, so 3 barracks. Ooh. So both Terrans are going to play safe, and we even have a Forge down.
He's building a bunch of Reapers here.
Yeah, he's actually going double Reaper.
He has 1 out already, building 2 more, whereas UngNim is throwing down 3 barracks. He has no plans of expanding. He's just going to throw down 3 barracks, make Marine Marauder probably. Maybe even just Marine.
Yeah, I think we're going to have Reapers and Banelings together as a team.
That's going to be cool to watch.
Yeah, Reality and UngNim, or rather, and well, Turn, by the way, is Reality. I've been confused by this for a few times now. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's just Reality. So... Reality and Shine are going to be doing the aggressive move here. Shine, by the way, always all-ins in the individual league, so this is no surprise to me. There's the Banelings morphing, 5 of them, and the Reapers are still hidden.
Yeah, they don't know, but looking at UngNim and Rune, they're playing very passively. You can even see the Protoss building that Stargate, but at the same time he has cannons at his main for the Forge, and for the Terran, who's actually having to deal with these Reapers a bit, not able to kill any of them. But the Banelings come in, they kill the 2 depots, and now getting started on that bunker.
The bunker does complete, but there's nothing inside of it. The Reapers are going to town on the Marines they can find. He wants to be able to kill this bunker. He's not going to be able to get it, though. He's going to have to fight away from it. But this is where the Reapers come into play. They actually come in at the back, 2 damage, forcing so much loss mining time. More Banelings are being morphed currently as well. He could actually try to morph Banelings in the main base and protect them with the Reapers. Definitely something we absolutely could potentially see. It looks like he's going to try to attack at the front ring at the same time. The wall is complete. And he's just trying to pick these Marines off. Oh, Baneling wants to connect with a 3, gets 2.
Gets 2, and actually UngNim is okay. He's not dead right now. He's losing a ton of mining time, but looking over at his partner over here, he is building those oracles as fast as he can. And Wolf, Zerglings, Banelings, and Reapers cannot shoot up.
No, all of these units can only attack ground units. And let's be real here. Yes, they can't confirm. Let's be real here. That Oracle could do a lot.
Yeah, he's gonna probably head right to the base first, kill off a bunch of probes,
Alternatively, could just try to target down banelings in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
If he runs into those, because that's a lot of gas lost if he can get all those for free. Oh, goes for the SCVs instead. No turrets, nothing up here for Reality. He's taking some heavy losses. That one Widowmine will be enough to stave this off if he can actually get the shot off. Even if he doesn't, though, the Oracle has to be so careful with where he engages. He has to be very careful about that range. And he's just going to play safe and walk away here. And oh, the Protoss, he's got 1 sentry. Will he miss the force shield? That is the big money question here.
Yeah, he's going to have to be really careful. But at the same time, with 4 Reapers here is Turn, or Reality, in the Protoss's base, killing off a bunch of probes already.
Yep, and he's even going to be able to get that Stalker, most likely, too. There's a recall on the Mothership Core. Does not have enough energy, on the other hand, for an overcharge now after that recall. He's trying to get something done with his Oracle, but he's got to be careful about the Widowmine at the same time at home. And this is just way too many Reapers.
Look at this. They can come in here and one-shot the probes. He will have to back off because of this Mothership Core.
But he's lost a lot of mine time because of that.
Yeah.
And back at home, we do see expansions going up for basically all players. And
it's not walled.
He's going to actually target this down. He's going to just go for it. I don't know about attacking into the core like that.
Yeah,
though.
he used all of his banelings on the core, only killed the shields. So
that was a bit weird.
Not too effective.
It definitely distracted Ruin for a little while so that he could get some kills on the Reapers, but it's really hard to say exactly where we're at in this game because both players for both teams have taken damage and traded and spent a lot of resources for tech on one side versus defenses on the other. A lot of kills on this Oracle on the other hand, so much damage being done.
Oracle now with 11 kills, 12.
Yeah. You know what I want for Christmas, Brendan?
What is that, Wolf?
I haven't told anybody this, but I want to see the unit production tab. I mean, the unit tab, because then I can see...
that would be nice, actually.
I could see how many probes and stuff are left, but at this point we have to speculate. And I would say that with all the economic damage done, the aggression that we saw from Shine and Reality puts them slightly ahead. Just slightly. Because UngNim and Ruin have the better tech, and they had, you know, a decent amount of time to get their expansions up. The Phoenix tech that we're starting to see is a little bit interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to work out in the TV2 because Phoenixes are a little bit flimsy.
Yeah, I agree. Like he's going with these Phoenixes, and I'm not sure about it. I'm not. Maybe he's trying to create a composition with this Terran buddy. Maybe having the Terran build bio and having like a huge air army for the Protoss could be interesting.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to see how it plays out here.
He's not able to get anything done with that drop, that's for sure.
Turn trying to go in with the Window Mines, but just too many Marines. Has a turret over here as well.
I'd rather see Turn, aka Reality, go for drops at the Protoss's side of things rather than going for it here. He's trying to force scans, it looks like. He's going to trade for 1 million scan. I mean, that's actually not good. It's not good for UngNim to have to do that, but it could have been worse. He could have lost some SVs, he could have lost a lot more Marines if he wasn't so map aware. Burrow is done, by the way.
Burrow now done for Shine. Gonna have to see what he does with this.
And he's really trying to make these drops work.
Oh, look at this.
Totally denied.
This is pretty cool, actually. I like what they're doing here with this composition. You see 2 Oracles and a bunch of Phoenixes for Ruin, whereas UngNim just building that ground army could go well together.
You and I actually talked about this quite a bit before going to these matches because commentating 2v2s is something that you and I don't do very often. So I had to think about what sort of composition would become popular on this map. And we talked about this, and I thought personally that Terran Protoss might be the weakest thing together. But I could see a composition where it's pure bio with Colossi at the back and air support with the Phoenixes, and just having the Colossi at the back. He's adding some gateways now, of course, too, so he can add gateways units in later. But I think all of his gas is initially going to be dumped into those Colossi so that he can have that range damage at the back. There's a great revelation. You can see every unit exactly where it is, and he's actually got a concave ball on the ramp, too, here. Needs combat shields on the other hand. Those Marines are looking scary weak right now.
Yeah, he has a bunch of Marines right now, and he does, but he doesn't have those combat shields yet. He is researching a +1/+1 for both attack and armor, and just continuing with the Marines. No Marauders in this comp. He is getting a bunch of medevacs at the same time, whereas, like you said before, Ruin just going with the air army as well as a bunch of Colossi now coming out, getting the range upgrade as well as +1.
He's actually just going to target down some of these Banelings, force some cancels. He's got just so much damage output on these Oracles. Picks up the Queen, forcing some transfuses again. And the Terran army coming back, of course, is totally revealed. He sees everything. And here's a big draw by UngNim. And he's actually going to be able to get some stuff done. This is that tech advantage I was talking about earlier that they have in this 2v2. They're actually able to have this strong army come in and do damage. With, you know, with the ability to come in and drop, and then have the support with those Phoenixes to get the drops out of there. And that's exactly what we're seeing here.
This is really nice. I like this, actually. You know, this mid-game for them is really good. Like you said, they have this tech advantage. They are able to get this comp rolling. They efficiently dealt with the early aggression. And now a ton of gateways, actually, for Ruin. He's probably going to go charge Zealot and Colossi, I'm guessing, with Marines to back it up. And that comp is just really, really powerful. I mean, looking at the Zerg, I don't even think he just basically has Zerglings. I didn't even see any tech go up, really. He's getting Baneling speed here now, which he's definitely going to need.
When I played Pro Loss in 2v2 sometimes back in the beta of Wings of Liberty, a lot of people were telling me, like, just go Phoenix, charge Zealot. And I didn't believe them, but, like, we're seeing Phoenixes into charge Zealot here. And maybe that sort of strategy is still kind of lingered on a little bit when you're with a Terran ally. The Zealots, if they can get in front, if you can position his units so he has the Zealots at the front of the Terran army so they tank and do that damage with the charge at the front, and has the Colossi at the back to do the AoE, the composition sounds incredibly strong because he also has that anti-air and that air presence.
Yeah.
We have a Nidus network being built, and the question is, where is where is Shine going with this?
We can't see close enough on the map exactly where he wants to go for this Nidus.
Yeah, as soon as it comes on the production tab, I'm going to be on it, guys. One Infestor in production as well, with Paths and Glands on the way. There it is. So, this army is so scary. Like I said, he focused on only Colossi with his gas at first. He's about to have +2, so he's going to have that ranged A with the back and sentries as well to keep the units away from the bios. Such a great composition here that we're seeing.
This is so dangerous. Trying to do a little bit of a Zergling run by here, maybe for the surround, maybe try to make some Banelings, but he might get surrounded here.
Oh, a good surround here. The units are surrounded with the Zerglings in the back of the Banelings too. He can't split away from them because there's too much bio there. Great engagement here by Samsung. On the other hand, those Colossi still alive and the bio tanks at the front. And I think the composition that we're seeing here, especially the Warp Prison Warp and all those charge zealots, didn't have any zealots in his army until this moment, where he had that Warp Prison in the back and he's just filling. Once the bio is gone, he makes more charge zealots to tank. He's got those Colossi at the back. And don't forget, the medevacs also heal zealots.
Yeah. Just having a much bigger army, even though the surround was pretty good, having those two Colossi with nothing to kill them, now dropping in the Zerg space at the same time on 2 locations. Zergling's probably going to clean this up, although looking over here at Turn or Reality, he is having a bit of trouble holding that off.
Yeah, really, really good composition that we saw from IM here with the Charge Zealot, Phoenix, Colossus, but it's really hard to say, like, does that composition have longevity? Like, can they continue to use this momentum? He's just going 1v1 here, bio versus bio. Where is the Zerg army? I know he has some investors, but they're not being involved right now. And without them here, he actually just has a strong enough pure Marine medevac army to try to push through. He has so many medevacs.
Yeah, look at that. That's what I was going to say. He has so many medevacs, one of them getting hit by that turret, but it doesn't matter, just pumping out those Marines.
And this is all back to the Phoenixes. The Phoenixes eliminated his opponent's medevacs. And Phoenixes are, of course, really strong against Mutalisks as well, a common unit composition for the Zerg player to go in this matchup. Basically, when he went that many Phoenixes, that option was removed from Shine. You couldn't no longer go Mutalisks. It didn't make sense. More Warp Prism action here. Force fielding the Zerg out of his base, so he's just basically doing a surgical operation here, but it's not the good kind. It's not for repair, it's for destruction. Good fungal here on the Marines, but there's so many medevacs, he actually heals them all, but no force field. The force field's so late, and actually this could be the turnaround that they need to actually get this army and crush it. Good fungal again, and all those units are trapped in the medevacs, and also in that Warp Prism there's a Colossus in there.
Oh, he's going to drop the Colossus here, try to kill these Infestors, doing a good job here. Going to get all of these Infestors, actually. Was a good amount of fungals there, but just not enough units to take out all of this army of Ruin.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day...
loses the Colossi in the War Prism.
But look at this. This is the next wave that's coming out here. Those Banelings just barely getting unlucky here. He had the Infestors, cool idea, you know, got the Fungals down, but he didn't have a follow-up. He didn't have anything to come back in there after that. And the upgrades are so good on the army right now for UngNim. And, I mean, look, he's got +3 halfway done. Armor's on the way as well. He's this massive Bioforce. And he just has so many metabags. He does get a little bit caught here. How good are UngNim splits? We're going to find out. Turns out they're pretty good. Like, incredibly good.
Yeah. Sending those Marines forwards, not able to pick them off. They do get fungal, so he's going to lose them. But just looking at the armies of these two players, look at all those Archons against Infestor, Ling, Baneling.
Like, I'll tell you what Archons love to fight is Ling Baneling.
Yeah.
That is their favorite opponent. Because they are not light units. They are, in fact, psionic units, so it takes actually about 1,000 Banelings to kill an Archon.
That's an exact number.
It's an estimation. I'm no scientist, but I would recommend about 1,000. Great Fungals here. That's actually going to kill a chunk of those Marines. There's no medevacs nearby. He loses a lot of Infestors, though, and Marines basically are free. Infestors cost so much gas. Luckily for him, he saves them, though. Alright, this is all about Fungals here. The Colossi at the back, plus Archons. This army couldn't have more AoE if it wanted to. And look at that, just watch. The Zerg army comes in, surrounds the Boros army, and then it all just disappears.
You guys saw the Zerg army attack, right? I mean, it did just disappear in front of our eyes in that huge ball of Archons and Colossi. And now moving in here, those Infestors want to do some damage, but look at this huge army for UngNim and Ruin. The GG is called.